Okay, hello, my dear colleagues. This is El Sayed Samir. I'm so pleased to be with you again. This is the first tag in December and the fifth one in our course. So, do you hear me well? Do you
Yes.
hear? Okay.
Yes.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, mister.
Okay. So our agenda today will be about explore.
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, explore more about the 21st century skills and continuing developing our classroom language. Okay, this is our agenda today. Okay, so when we are talking about the 21st century skills, we are gonna speak about some basic skills that we need if we want to develop 21st century skills in our learners. So and here I'm gonna take the opportunity to speak about critical thinking and problem solving. So we need to watch a video again that I posted on WhatsApp group, and I think about the learning outcomes that this teacher want to achieve from this lesson. So here we watch this video, and if you have a poor connection or poor internet connection, you can see it on WhatsApp group. Okay, so I posted it on WhatsApp group. Yes, sir. Who's speaking?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we need to watch a video, okay, again, and think about the learning outcomes that this teacher wanted to achieve from this lesson. Okay, so let's watch.
Around, having a laugh, that sort of thing. So maps from the called out a country. And to find it from Bulgaria. Ooh, that's Nigeria. Look. Bulgaria. No, that's Bolivia. Yes. Greenland.
Mister, please mute all.
Greenland.
Yes. Yes, miss. Yes, miss. What do you want?
There are some voices. We can't hear.
Okay, if you can't hear, I think there is a poor connection, or your internet connection is poor, so you can see it on WhatsApp group. I posted it on WhatsApp group before. So if you can't follow the video here, you can see it on the WhatsApp group. Okay.
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 Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Look at the map. So these are the sizes of these countries on the map. This is Australia, maybe this way around. That's hard to see. And this is Greenland, hard to know the. But you can see Greenland is significantly larger on the map. On the map we're looking at. On the map they know and they trust. Which one's bigger? Greenland. Is it 2 times bigger? 3 times bigger? Okay, who can catch? Edwin. Greenland. Greenland, very good. Excellent. Reality, however, look at the globe. This is the accurate navigation device, of course. You look at Australia here, and you look at Greenland here, and you consider the relative size, then you can see very clearly that Australia is the size of my thumb, and Greenland isn't even the size of my little finger. So you know Australia's bigger than Greenland. Actually, something like 4 times bigger. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So you've got on this thing, Australia's bigger, and on this thing, Greenland's bigger. Anyone know why?
The map may be wrong.
Ah.
No.
So you think, so one of the can't be both correct.
Because the Earth is round, but the map is flat.
Very good, excellent. This orange, what shape is it? So if I think this is like the Earth, if I want to make a map like this, okay, well, let's see if I can do it. I'm just going to take that. How about that? Magic, I think so. Now, is this flat?
Well, no.
Okay, so how can I make it flat? What can I do? Ah, very good. So,
That's very good.
what happens? Is that this map?
No.
Why is it different? Which is better? Which is more accurate? And it's a difficult question for them to answer initially, because some of them think the map is more accurate. They see it every day. It's treated as a fact. It's true as far as they're concerned at school. But they also know that this is the correct shape for the Earth. So, what's true? And it's that which forms the basis of the lesson. So that's round like this. Let's see what happens. We can make a flat thing. We can make a map. Yes, John?
But it will turn different.
It will turn different. Exactly. This map, is it the same as the other one? No. Okay, let me just show you then. So, this is the map we know. And here's the one on the thing. Is this a nice map? Do you like this?
Yes.
This one's a little bit different.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is because of the internet.
It's longer. So this one's longer. And this one's fatter. So this map is fat Africa. This map is longer. This is longer. So this one's longer. And this one's fatter. So map is fat Africa. This map is longer. Wow, very nice. Both of them are wrong. So what's the problem with this one? What's wrong with this one?
On the place, the shape.
Is it very good? See this one? Brilliant. So here, the problem is the shape of the countries is stretched. Yeah. The shape is wrong. But what's the problem on this one?
The shape is still wrong, I guess. The shape of Greenland and Australia is wrong.
Excellent. Right. So this one's wrong because the size is wrong. Too big. But this one's wrong because the
shape is square.
There you go. I'm not a geography teacher. My knowledge is limited. But without stretching it or changing the shape of some of the countries, you can't take a sphere and open it up and make a single flat surface. There's an inherent distortion. And that's fine. It's just the way it is. And that's a nice thing to understand as well, because it's an understanding of shapes. It's topography. It's an understanding of topography. That's not the right word, then put in. Topography and relative shapes and sizes. These maps have names. The name of this map is Mercator. Well, that's the name of the man who made the map. And this one, the name is Peters, yeah, because Mr. Peters made this map. Captains, can you come and get a piece of paper from me, please? How many do you need? 5. There you go. 4,000. I can't. 4,000. I can't give you 4 million. Man, don't be greedy. Look at the questions here. Watch the program and then answer the questions. Okay?
So let's welcome my guest to the show. First up is a Flemish map maker from the 16th century, Mr. Mercator. Welcome. Hi, Larry. Hi, audience. Well, I drew my map in 1596 to help sailors explore the New World. It shows compass bearings and straight lines, which help the sailors to end up in the right place. See, all the sailors think my map is the business. Mr. Peters has got the shapes all wrong on his map. His countries look all stretched. Look at Africa. It's meant to look like this. But on Mr. Peters' map, Africa is all long and straight. Hang on a minute. The sizes are all wrong on your map. You make Africa look tiny. Then in real life, it's enormous. Which of these maps do you think is the best? Pull up your scorecard if you vote for Mercator.
Okay, so I want you to think, which map do you like best? Which is the one you like best? All right, now, you can come to the board and vote. Which one do you like best? Thank you. Come. One, Mr. Curtis. Which one do you like best? Very good answer. Thank you very much.
The sides are wrong, but the equators are wrong. Yeah, just right. Just wrong. Previous wrong. Why is Peter's map fair? The same size. Yeah.
Number 4 over here. When did Mercator make his map?
1596.
Nice. The north is bigger than the south. Why did he do that? Very good. Because the rich countries up here, he makes them bigger because he thinks they're more important.
But if he makes the rich countries like bigger and it seems that they're more important, it's not fair to the small countries.
That's amazing. That's such a good answer.
Of the real, the Asia is more bigger than Africa, but now Peter's map.
I think it's really important that we do focus on critical thinking questions from time to time. We ask questions which aren't obvious and perhaps challenge their existing ideas of the world. I think every element of education should have the potential to exploit critical thinking ideas and to promote critical thinking in our students, to help them look at the world and just see it through clear eyes and ask the questions which help them what's true and not just accept everything blindly that they hear. As a format for a lesson, yeah, I can use that every time. Together, we discovered a question effectively. So we looked at something, we looked at a map. From that basic examination, finding countries, looking at it, laughing about it, a question emerged. Obviously, it's a question I had before the lesson, but it emerged. As far as the class was concerned, this question emerged. Which is bigger, Greenland or Australia. And then the rest of the lesson is looking into that question, understanding the question.
Okay, so what are the outcomes that the teacher wanted to achieve from this lesson? Okay, so what are the outcomes?
نجوى سمير زين.
Okay, so can you tell me what are the outcomes that the teacher wanted to achieve from this lesson? Can you tell me?
Brainstorming.
Brainstorming. Okay, about what?
Yes, Mister, using real things.
Using real things. Okay, so the
He
outcomes.
tried to introduce his lesson.
Yes, I hear you.
He tried to introduce his lesson through using real shape for the Earth, to introduce the map, to know where countries or
Yes, to locate the countries. To locate the countries. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what
Yes,
else?
Mr.
Yes. Who's speaking?
Zina Ahmed Lutfi.
Okay, Ms. Dina.
I think it's about comparing between things.
Yeah, comparison. Yes, excellent.
Comparison.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, what else?
Nothing. This is a
Brainstorming about what is the bigger and what is the smallest.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Okay, so the feedback, the learners will be able to locate countries around the globe. So locate countries around the globe, state the history behind the different kinds of maps, analyze differences between a map and a globe. Okay, note the difference between a map and a globe. Okay, explain why the landmass of different countries looks different on a map and a globe. Okay. So he also wanted to practice and use their critical thinking skills and to question their existing ideas of map. Okay, so he used the critical thinking skills by asking a question, by asking more questions. Okay, so now let's think about the meaning of critical thinking. So what is the meaning of critical thinking? Critical thinking encourages us to. Okay, so who can read? Who can read?
Yes, Mister.
Yes, who's speaking?
Asma Mahmoud.
Okay, Miss Asma.
Avoid seeing one side of the issues.
Yes.
Avoid using passion rather than logic.
Yes.
Think in a new way, not just remember solutions or situations.
Yeah, so means to see things, avoid seeing one side of issues, means to see things from different angles and judge issues from different perspectives. Okay, not see it from one side, and try to avoid passion. Okay, and use logic, use thinking in a new way, not just remember, okay, not just to repeat solutions or situations. Okay, so this is a critical thinking encourage. And the critical thinking encourages students to think independently, not depend on the teachers, but rather think on their own. Okay, so He encourages students to think independently. Why is it important to develop critical thinking? Okay, so critical thinking. Okay, who can read? Who can read? Okay, who can read?
Yes, Mister.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, who is speaking? Miss Ines?
Yes, Mister.
Okay, Miss Ines, go ahead.
Growing proportion of jobs now require teams of people across the globe working together to solve unique problems as opposite to routine problems.
Yes, so nowadays, when we speak about jobs, we are speaking about the skills that most jobs require.
Yeah.
Yeah, such as solving problem, not just routine problems, and how to work together, of course. Okay, so a growing proportion of jobs now, the jobs that require teams of people across the globe working together to solve unique problems and the opposite of routine problems. Okay. Okay, the second one, who can read?
Yes.
Yes.
Miss Nagwa?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Read, Miss Nagwa.
Yes, Mister.
Read. Okay, Miss Ines?
Problem solving is one of the skills that is highly valued among employers, but employers will say that new employees, yes, are lacking in this area.
Yes. So such skills like problem solving highly valued by many employers nowadays. Okay, so critical thinking. Okay. Okay, so
نعم.
please, can
اطلع.
you, okay, if you don't want to speak, please mute yourself. Okay, so critical thinking enables people to make better decisions. Okay, so critical thinking helps learner to make better decisions, and critical thinking helps the learners to fulfill their potential. What I mean by fulfill their potential, I mean how to use their utmost ability, how to use their ability. Okay, so
ماشي.
I'm sorry, I will mute all of you, and if you want to speak, you can unmute yourself. Okay. So, can critical thinking be taught? So this is the question. Can we teach critical thinking? Yeah, the answer is yes. Critical thinking is not a general skill, okay? That means being able to think critically about one thing doesn't mean you can think critically about another, okay? So if you think critically about an issue, not mean that you can think critically about other issues. So it's more sensible, therefore, to integrate critical thinking into subjects. Thus, this means that critical thinking needs to be integrated into different subjects, okay? Okay, so the question is how? Okay, so what kind of strategies that can we use to encourage critical thinking? So what are the strategies? Okay, who can read? Who can read?
Yes, Mr.
Yes, who is speaking?
Asma.
Asma, Miss Asma, yes.
Yes, teachers must model critical thinking and ask questions and provide feedback that enables learners to solve non-routine problems.
Okay, so first of all, using a question as a way of teaching. Okay, let the students look at different issues. Okay, different issues from multiple perspectives and from different angles, and try to do that explicitly and let learners practice that extensively. That's what I mean. Okay, so looking at an issue from multiple perspectives. Okay, I need the learners, I need the students to look at different issues from multiple perspectives. Okay, and from different angles, and try to do that explicitly, clearly, and let the learners practice that more. Okay, and also the curriculum. Okay, who can read this? Who can read this? Who can read?
Yes, Mr.
I want another one. I want another one, Miss.
Okay.
Yes, Mr.
Okay, who's speaking?
Miss Amani.
Miss Amani, yes, Miss Amani.
Curriculum resources have to be designed with critical thinking and problem solving in mind.
Yes. So, and of course, the curriculum itself need to be redesigned. Okay, so that problem solving is a part of a curriculum. Okay, we want the critical thinking to be a part of the curriculum that we teach. Okay. And the focus of exams need to shift to evaluate these skills as well. So we need to shift a bit away exams, like having a lot of attention on how learners performing the exams, instead of that we should focus on evaluating and developing these skills. Okay. I will move to another important skills, collaboration and communication. Okay, so who can read this proverb?
Yes, Mr. Yes,
Yeah.
Mr.
Who's speaking?
Miss Shahinda.
Okay, Ms. Shahinda.
No one can whistle a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to play it.
Yes.
Francis Bacon.
Yeah, no one can stop a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to play it. That means no one can play it alone. He needs the whole orchestra to play it. So this is the collaboration, and we also talk about communication. Over here, there was an experiment. An experiment, actually a famous experiment. This experiment involved some straws. So these are the materials that that they needed to do this experiment. Okay, some straws, some dressing bins, and a sticky tack. Okay, sticky tack or sticky note. Okay, or material. Okay. So so what is the aim of this group, of this activity? Work in a group of 4 or 5. Okay, so we want to make a group of 4 or 5. Okay, so we will divide the classroom into groups, and every group has 4 or 5 students. Okay, in 20 minutes they need to produce a freestanding structure out of materials, like at the picture. So look at the picture. This is a standing structure. Okay, I will ask a student to make freestanding structures out of the materials that I mentioned before. Okay, so they must work together on the structure, and they will be judged on height and aesthetic. So what I mean by aesthetics, tallest and looks best. Okay, the tallest structures and the best one. Okay. Okay, so these are the instructions, okay, before the experiment. Okay, so during the experiment, some note takers had been appointed because we merely looking for some answers of these questions. Okay, we want some answers of these questions, such as collaboration. If you want to make a collaboration between the in the groups, so how are the participants working together? Okay, so you will ask, how are the participants working together? Are they working well as a team? Okay, I try to learn him how to work in a team. So are they working well as a team? Is anyone working alone? And how does that affect the team? Are they cooperating and getting on with the task? Okay, so I want the answers of all these questions, okay, to achieve the goal or to achieve the outcome of this experiment. And communication. How did they communicate? Was there any language which was misunderstood and therefore produced issues with tasks? And is anyone trying to communicate the point but not getting it across? What happened? Okay. And after the experiment, what happened after the experiment? Every time has a group discussion. So there should be a discussion after the experiment. Okay, so and I want to ask some questions, such as, is there a leader in the group? Every group has a leader or not? Is anyone avoiding participating? Can you see any of these rules emerging in the groups or not? Okay. Okay. Who has raised the hand? Okay, no one. Okay, so the findings. In order, sorry. Communicating requires, who can read please? Who can read please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is Asma.
Yes, Mr. Communicating requires effective listening and an ability to communicate in different models, oral, written, nonverbal, for a variety of purposes. Working confidently in diverse environments, including multilingual contexts and using technologies.
Yes. So in order to be able to communicate effectively, if you want to communicate effectively, you need to be able to listen effectively. Okay? So working confidently in diverse environments, including multilingual contexts and using technologies. And collaboration with others. involving the ability to work responsibly and willingly in diverse teams to achieve common goals, demonstrating respect for the contributions of each group member. Okay, so respect the others' opinions in the group, okay, as well as the ability to be flexible and make compromises when necessary. Okay. Communication and collaboration are important for the purposes of obtaining, sharing, creating, and disseminating information, knowledge, opinions, skills, values, and ways of thinking and seeing. Okay, so this disseminating means spread the information, knowledge, opinions, and so on. Okay, so communication and collaboration skills need to be embedded in the curriculum, need to be integrated, included in the curriculum, and in the classroom practice, not treated as optional extras. Okay, so this is the second skill, that's the collaboration and the communication. The third one, leadership. Okay, so if we talk about leadership, I want you to ask yourself, can you work in group? Okay, when you're working in a group, sorry, and when you're working in a group, I want you to ask yourself, okay, so who can read? Sorry, who can read? Who can read?
Yes, Master.
Yes.
How well do you think you worked together as a group? If you had a natural leader before, and what skills they showed? If you think you are a leader, if you think there was another leader in the group who didn't quite emerge, an emergent leader, if you can develop on your leadership skills and the skills of your learners.
Okay, so how well do you think you work together as a group? Okay, if you had a natural leader before, and what skills they showed? Okay, if you work in a group, okay, if you had a natural leader, do you have a natural leader, and what skills they showed? Okay, if you think you are a leader, if you think there was another leader in a group who didn't quite emerge, okay, so what does he mean by an emergent leader? An emergent leader means who was about to lead, a leader who was about to lead a group, okay, but he couldn't, okay, he doesn't have the skills that enabled him to lead the group, okay. If you can develop in your leadership skills and the skills of your learners, so let me ask, what kind of skills? Let me ask you, what skills or what kind of skills does a 21st century leader need to have? So what's the skills that the 21st century leader need or have? Okay. Here we need to understand that the 21st century leader need to have coaching skills, communication skills, collaboration skills. He need to be flexible, need to be passionate or have a passion, have a vision, to be adventurous, calculated risk taking, okay? And the leader should need the ability to inspire need to be a model and enable and a challenge. Okay, so the ability to enable, to challenge. So these are the skills that the leader need to have, or the 21st century leader need to have. So how can we do these things? How? Okay, who can read? Okay, who can read?
Yes, Mister.
Yes. Who is speaking?
Asma.
Okay.
The discussion needs to be brought round to how we develop our own leadership skills and those of our learners, however young they are. These leadership skills are often focused on in further and higher education and really need to be taught at younger ages. The important point is that you need to lead by example and so show your learners how to be competent leaders while at the same time stepping back from your pivotal position at the front of the class as a class leader and handing over control.
Okay, so we need to understand that the leadership skill should be taught at a younger age. How? How can we teach to a younger age? So by encouraging learners to be leaders among their team. So if I put them into teams, assign some leaders. I should assign some leaders and give them rules. So every learner has the opportunity to be a leader. Okay, so the teacher should step back. Okay, so stepping back from your pivotal position at the front of the class. So the teacher should step back, okay, and give the controls to his learners. Okay. Okay. So creativity and imagination. So here I want to think of your workplace. I want you to think about your workplace. Do you smile at work much? Do you smile at work much?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Smile of what? Of the students of what? Okay, so your mission is to increase the number of laughs you and your colleagues have at work each day. So you have 5 minutes to think of 10 absurd things that would make your workplace a fun place. So think about something like how can you make your colleagues laugh? Think about some absurd things that you can do at your school and where you can encourage your colleagues to laugh. So you have 5 minutes to do this activity. Okay, you have 5 minutes. Try to think of 10 absurd things that would make your workplace a fun place to be. Okay, so you have 5 minutes. We have only 2 minutes to for this session. Okay, if the session was ended, please click on the link again and join the meeting. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we can answer this question after the beginning the next session. Okay.
Okay, Mr.
Okay, so okay, who can tell me about something that make the workplace fun?
Yes, sir. Can I answer?
Who's speaking?
Ghada.
Okay, Ms. Ghada.
Friendship between teacher and students that make the place very fun.
Again, please. I'm sorry.
To be friendly with my colleague.
Yeah, to be friendly. Okay,
Yes, motivations.
Yes.
Some motivations.
Yes.
Use songs and games with the students at class.
Yes.
Not only the book.
Not only the book.
Go outside the class. Some lessons I can take them to the library, to the garden of the school.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, any other ideas? Any other ideas? Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Ghada. Okay, so we will move to creativity and imagination. We need to understand that repetitive and uninspired teaching can reduce the children's capacity to be imaginative and creative, particularly when there is an emphasis on testing and examinations. So we need to understand that repetitive teaching will definitely reduce our children's capacity to be creative and imaginative. So we need to stop overemphasizing the importance of testing and examination. Okay. The second one, teachers can encourage a spirit of inquiry, the generation of ideas, and the use of imagination by asking enabling questions that encourage dialogue and exploration, such as what if, why, and what would happen if. So encourage the spirit of inquiry. What I mean by inquiry, investigation. Okay, so by using different questions like what if, why, what would happen if. These questions actually encourage higher order thinking skills. Okay, so who can read the third and fourth? Who can read?
Yes, Master.
Yeah, who is speaking?
When we are being creative, I'm Miss Shahinda.
Shanda?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Shanda?
When we are being creative, we are inquisitive. We wonder and question, explore and investigate. We challenge assumptions. We are presented, sticking with difficulty, daring to be different, and tolerating uncertainty. Uncertainty.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the last one, read it also.
Okay, sir, I can read it.
Okay.
Teachers. Okay. Teachers need to use imaginative and innovative approaches to deliver the curriculum to make learning more interesting, exciting, and effective, and provide memorable lessons.
Yeah, memorable lessons. So we need to be more inquisitive, using innovative approaches. Try to get away of teaching, of traditional teaching, Try to use new approaches to become more interesting and memorable. Okay, so okay, so shaping learning around a provocation. A provocation means excitement or a big question or a series of questions, more likely to generate creative thinking and behaviors than a curriculum which focuses solely on the transfer of knowledge. So we should use a provocation like a big question, where you create an interest of your learners in the lesson. So here, if the teacher, sorry, so here for the teacher who wants to develop learners' creativity, the teacher needs to put an outcome or product for learners to work on something like a problem at the beginning of the lesson. So the students are eager to solve at the end of the lesson. Okay, so I will move to another sheet. I will share another sheet. Okay, 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Okay, so citizenship. And here some statements. Okay, if you open your book, you will find different statements about some conceptions that we may have about the concept of being globally aware. So I need you to just read these statements and decide whether you are agree or disagree or not sure about these statements. Okay, so you have 5 minutes to read these statements and tell me, are you agree, okay, or disagree, or you aren't sure about these statements. Okay, so
Okay.
you have 5
Okay,
minutes.
sir. Okay.
Let me welcome Mr. Mahmoud Mustafa Amin, my colleague in the West Administration and a teacher educator at British Council. Welcome, sir.
Welcome, Mr.
Welcome, Mr.
Welcome,
Mahmoud.
Hello, Mr. Said. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Hello, Mr. Mahmoud. You are
How
welcome.
are you?
Okay.
I'm just
Welcome,
a listener.
Mr.
I hope you are a good session. Welcome, my dear. Welcome, my dear teachers. A great job, Mr. Said.
Thank you, sir.
I just do not want to participate to give the chance to our colleagues and for you to do your best, but I am following you.
Okay, okay, sir.
I hope you to enjoy your session.
Okay, it's a great honor for us, sir.
It's my honor, my dear. Okay, go ahead. I am following you.
Yes, Mister, I can listen.
Yes, yeah. Okay, we are doing an activity now. You can read the statements, these statements, and give us your opinion about, are you agree with these statements, or you aren't, you are disagree, or you aren't sure about these statements. Okay, so read these statements carefully and tell us your opinions. So you have 5 minutes to do this.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
The last statement
Yes.
can't be clear. Sorry.
Okay, is it clear?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's.
Okay, have you finished?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Who can give us his opinions about
Yes,
this?
Mister.
Yeah. Who can give us his opinions about these statements? Are you agree with these statements or disagree, or you aren't sure about these statements?
All of them
Some
or
agree,
one
some not
one by one?
agree with it.
Firstly, who is speaking?
Amani,
Amani, yeah, Miss Amani.
being globally aware means traveling to other countries and speaking other languages.
Okay, do you agree with this statement?
No, I disagree with this.
Okay, why, Miss Amani?
Not anyone wanted to be aware of anything or speaking. Not يعني he shouldn't be traveling to other countries.
Okay, Miss Amani, anyone has another opinion about this statement?
I don't need to travel to other countries to speak other languages. I can learn languages while I am staying in my country.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, the second one, being globally aware,
You're welcome.
helping those who are less well off than we are. Okay,
Yes.
so because of the time, we can read the feedback of this statement. Okay, so citizenship is usually defined as the status of person recognized under custom or law as being a member of a state, sort of synonyms with nationality. So when we are talking about citizenship, we are talking about the status of a person. Okay, so and we should put into our consideration that custom or law that this person has as a member of a state. Okay, so
Okay.
Values who can read?
Yes, Mister.
Who is speaking?
Miss Ines.
Okay, Miss.
Values are at the core of what determine our attitudes, which in turn determine our behaviors and actions. Values also help to determine whether one sees oneself as a citizen in a globalized world where some of the key challenges may be human rights, democracy, inequality, and social justice. Yes,
Justice.
Justice.
or just
Justice.
an exploration of values and concepts is central to understanding and implementing citizenship education.
Okay, so when we are talking about values, values are the core of what determine attitude. Okay, our attitudes. When we are talking about the values that citizen can see towards some concepts and the challenges like human rights, justice, and democracy, the teacher is responsible to encourage the learners to be an active citizenship. So it's useful to give both teachers and the learners an opportunity to identify some of their own values. Consider how these relate to those of their countries and explore those perceived to be needed for active citizenship. Okay, so this is the role of the teacher. The teacher is responsible, as I said, to encourage the learners to be an active citizenship. So what I mean by active citizenship, when you give your learners, the opportunity to identify their own values and compare them with their countries. That's what I mean by an active citizenship. And according to UNESCO, has three main objectives. Okay, so UNESCO states that citizenship education should have three main objectives. So the first one, who can read?
Okay, sir, Ghada. Educating people in citizenship and human rights through an understanding of the principles and institutions which govern yes, a state or nation. Number two, learning to exercise one's judgment and critical faculty.
Yes.
Number three, acquiring a sense of individual and community responsibilities.
Okay, so as I said, according to UNESCO, the citizenship education should have three main objectives. So understand the principles that you have in your country, okay? And secondly, to encourage your learners to exercise their judgment. For example, if you say is this right or wrong, so give them the opportunity to exercise their judgment. And let them have a sense of individual responsibility towards their community. Okay, so these are the main objectives that the citizenship education should have. So digital literacy. What do you mean by digital literacy? So according to, what does digital literacy mean according to Wikipedia? Okay, this is a site, it is a famous site, Wikipedia. Okay, according to Wikipedia, digital literacy defines digital literacy as the ability to find, evaluate, utilize, share, and create content using information technologies and the internet. So digital literacy has also been interpreted as the ability to operate digital technology in the safe and secure manner. Okay? Digital literacy involves mastering quite a complicated mix of skills. So you can help your learners do this by integrating these skills into your classes together with the regular content they deal with in the curriculum. So this is the definition of digital literacy according to the site of Wikipedia. Okay, so why is it important to use as a language teachers? Okay, so as I said, why is digital literacy important to use as English teacher? Can you give me an answer for this question? Why is digital literacy important to use as an English teacher?
It's a way of critical thinking, I think.
I talk about digital literacy.
Sorry, I'm sorry. It's the education of century 21.
Okay,
One of the most.
in order to function in an increasingly complex and digested world, digital literacy skills are becoming essential for both learning and employment. So this is the importance of digital literacy. We need to develop digitally literate citizens to ensure that the workforce of the future has the skills required to handle information, to deal with the information, and to create new resources to solve the problems that employers will have. Young people will also need to develop the abilities that will enable them to search, analyze, create, edit, and remix digital resources. Educational institutions have a responsibility to support the development of digital literacy among learners and in the professional development of teachers, so that they are better informed as to how to help their learners. So this is the importance of the digital literacy. Okay, so this is the end of our session today. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
The next session will be next Friday, inshallah, in the same time. Okay. We will complete the theoretical material, okay, about classroom language, okay, and this will take only 10 or 15 minutes, okay, and we will discuss the tasks that I will post on Google Classroom. So I will post tomorrow some tasks in Google Classroom to answer and to discuss the next session, inshallah. So, I want you, all of you, to log into Google Classroom and answer the tasks tomorrow, inshallah. Okay, and I want someone to prepare a lesson, okay, and use some of these skills that I explained today. Okay, so I need someone to give us a micro teaching lesson session, inshallah. Okay, so who can do a micro teaching lesson the next session? Okay, I want a name, please. I want a name, please. Ms. Ghada explained the last session. Okay, and Ms. Ghada and Ms. Who is explaining also the last session?
Ms. Hanan.
Ms. Hanan, yes. Okay, I want another one. I want a man, please, who can. Mr. Mustafa, Mr. Mustafa, sir, our supervisor. Can you give us a micro teaching lesson next session, inshallah?
Hello, sir.
Okay, can
Mr. Syed.
Yes, sir. Can you explain? Can you prepare a micro teaching lesson for the next session, inshallah?
It's my pleasure, but sorry, I am so busy, and nowadays I'm preparing for my exams in the college.
Yes, sir.
So please accept my pardon.
Okay, sir. Okay, anyone else can share us his experience and give us a micro teaching lesson next session? Yes, I will help you as possible as I can. Okay, I will provide you with materials, help you to prepare the presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and so on. But I need a name. Mr. Saeed Subih, can you give us a micro teaching lesson? This is Manal, Miss Amani, Mr. Mr. Mahmoud Afifi. if you don't have a computer or laptop to prepare a PowerPoint presentation, you can write your lesson or prepare your lesson and the lesson plan on papers and explain the lesson. It's not. Yeah, I don't want to present. Yeah, if you don't have the ability to do this, so why not? You can prepare a lesson on papers and explain it, as Miss Hanan did the last session. I want a name. I don't end this session until I have a name. Please, I want a name. If you want to watch the match, okay, give me a name, please. Okay. The teacher, our teachers. I want a name. Okay. I will agree with you on the WhatsApp group. Okay, so thank you so much for this session, and I'm so sorry. You know that this is a theoretical session, and there are a lot there is a lot of information, and okay, so the next session will be more practical, inshallah. See you soon, and I'm so pleased to be with you. Okay, bye bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr.